This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bumbershoot, where we're covering life's chaos with humor and heart. Charity here. I am in Malta, so I don't know if everyone's heard of Malta, because I for sure have, because I've been coming to Sicily for the last 25 years, but I'm not sure, unless you're super geographically inclined, that you actually know of Malta, because it's a tiny little island south of Sicily, but it's its own country too. Fun fact, also a little bit funny, is that Luca, my biological oldest son, I'll say, he has taken an online quiz about all the countries in the world and can literally name every country in, what did he say? It was like 30 minutes or something. So he knows of all of the countries in the entire world, which even means all those little minute countries that no one's ever even heard about. Anyways, I think Malta is not one of those like completely tiny little, off the grid ones, but it's definitely not as known as, say, Sicily of Italy. Anyway, so it's a 2.5-hour ferry ride down to Malta, and it's part of the European Union, so it takes the euro, but you do have to have a passport to enter. Or you have to have, if you're Italian, you have to have like your Italian ID valid. So like in the States, we use the Real ID now to travel domestically. So Italy has the same thing, but within Europe, you can use that if you're European descent, or you can use your European or your country identification. But you know how, in America, we apply for a social security number like when our kids are born. So they get that, I think, coming like basically out of the hospital, which our social security card is, as you know, if you are living in the U.S., I feel like it's even perforated. Like it's just a piece of paper that's like card size, and it has your name and a number on it. It has no picture. It's not, I'm sure the paper is like country, I don't know what you say, like not specific, but like it's probably the only paper like that in the whole country. But we don't have like our picture on it. We don't have it as a card that you carry around like a driver's license or whatever. Yes, you can get a California ID, but it's not required. Anyways, all that to say that we get to the port, and Mimi goes first. So our daughter and her family are with us. So it's 8 of us, right? So it's Mimi, Ivan, Carlo, and Alessandro, and then Alex, me, Luke, and Logan. So we get to the check-in. Actually, we're in the parking lot, and the man's like, "Are you going to Malta on the whatever o'clock?" I want to say, what time was it? It was like, I don't know, 6 or 7. Maybe it was a 7:30 ferry. We're like, yeah. He goes, "You better hurry, because there's 5 minutes till it takes off." So we go running in. So Mimi's checking in, and they check Ivan's, Mimi's, Alessandro, which is the new baby. Well, he's a year tomorrow, the 9th. And they all pass. And then they get to Carlo, and they're looking at his identification card. And the guy says, "I'm sorry, you guys, but we have a problem." And Mimi's like, "What's the problem?" "His card's expired." And Mimi, "No." And Ivan, "What?" And so we're all standing around. And you think, because it's a 5-year-old little boy, like, everybody's going on this boat, and you can't just like let the kid go. No, it was basically like He had no ID. He could not go. So it became a little bit of a show, as you can imagine. Panic, freaking out. Well, not actual freaking out, but like, why can't he go? Please let him go. This kind of thing, and all in Italian. And so in the meantime, it's like, how can we figure this out? So all that to say, between Alex begging, the guy calling, this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, at the end of the story, no, he cannot get on the ferry. So then it was, do the four of us get on and they try to get on another time, or do we all stay back? Like, we didn't really know what to do. But Mimi said, you guys go. So we had reserved the Marriott Malta for 3 nights, 3 rooms for 3 nights. So Mimi goes, you guys go, let me figure this out. We'll come tomorrow. But Alex says so Alex wasn't comfortable with it. I said, Mimi said to go. If we don't go, we're losing all the hotel, the ferry, like everything. That's like almost $5,000. So I was like, let's just go, or maybe almost 4,000. So I said, babe, Mimi said to go. She's going to get it figured out. They'll come tomorrow. So we got on reluctantly. But as we're on and it's taking away, Alex said, wait, how can they get this figured out? Tomorrow's Sunday. And we all just like melted in our seats. So needless to say, it was very stressful and very disheartening that the possibility of them not coming. This was supposed to, in fact, it was cute because on the way to the ferry, Logan said that we were in different cars. And Logan said to me, Mom, this is so cool. We've never taken a vacation, all of us together. Well, not never. Well, yeah, it's never, because not with the kids. And even we did a trip with, I think it was Cabo. I don't know, it was Hawaii or Cabo. We did with Mimi, but not with Even and the kids. And so it was like Logan was excited. This was something we haven't done before. We were all looking forward to it. And so we pulled away from the dock with 4 and not 8 of us. As Mimi was leaving, Alex said, well, she's going to call. So the access and abilities are different in Italy, which is not convenient, but it's better for them than it is for us. Because there's a possibility if the Carabinieri, I think it's Carabinieri, so there's the Polizia, and the Carabinieri. The Carabinieri, well, I can't say it now. I totally know it, but I'm on the spot and I'm brain farting. Anyway, the Carabinieri, that's how I think to say it. They are a federal level of law enforcement. So if you get in trouble with them, you're really in trouble. But also they can provide documents and stuff. So you can process like legal federal documents through the Carabinieri. So Mimi's like, I'm going to try to get a hold of them and see if they'll process something for us. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. Well, she gets through to whoever and they say, no, sorry, we can't do it. And so Mimi messages back, it's not going to happen. This is impossible. So Alex made a phone call to his friend in Donna Lucata, where the beach resort is. He knows a lot of people. He's a real estate agent, but he knows a lot of people in the province, which is like county. And he called him to see if he can help. And then in Piazza Marina, which is where Alex and Mimi are from, or our other suites are, the mayor of the town, he's in his second term, Mimi grew up with him. So Alex said, it came to Alex, he's like, call Nino. So also the mayor, I guess anyone in government is capable of issuing certain documents, which is really helpful and convenient when it comes to situations like this. So Alex said, call Nino Mimi and see if he will help you because he's your friend, a personal friend. He can go down to the government office on a Sunday, blah, blah, blah. So the Carabinieris told Mimi no. The friend of Alex was kind of hitting walls, and Mimi calls back and says, Nino said, that's the mayor of Piazza Marina, Nino said if we come at 9 a.m., he'll meet us at the government office. We have to bring 3 photos of Carlo, and he will do the documents for us, and then we can take, whatever, the ferry after that. So we were all so happy. Everybody was celebrating. But the question is, where do you get these photos of Carlo on a Sunday? So here's something that is, if you guys hear me talking like I'm talking broken English, it's because when you're here for so long, it's my 3rd week, you start speaking like broken, clear, well, how do you say, like, not clarification, but like I speak slower and more pronounced, and I kind of cut out the unnecessary because I'm speaking to people that don't speak English as their first language. So I'm sorry if I sound funny, but that's kind of when in Rome. Anyways, so the problem is that they don't have CVS or somewhere to go take your picture. They don't have like the conveniences or convenience stores, anything of the nature of convenience. They don't have it. So, and things close certain times, and if it's a Sunday, it's even more limited. So the next question for everybody, the next problem / need for solution is where to get these photos taken. So Mimi said she didn't sleep all night, worried that she was gonna oversleep. They got up like 5 o'clock in the morning, the whole family. They drove from Donna Lucata to Piazza Marina, which is an hour and like 20 minutes. I don't know, actually I didn't find out where they got the pictures, but somehow they did the pictures. Whether they did them themselves, I don't know, but they met. So I'm sitting, okay, is it necessary to yell? I'm in the hotel in a little corner, and yet they're still yelling. There's nobody here. Okay, and then she's standing exactly in front of me. Continue to yell. Go ahead, bye. Oh no, she's not gonna keep walking. She's gonna standing and saying goodbye. Her hand on her hip now. Now there's 2 of them to say goodbye. Okay. Sorry, it's very background distracting. Oh, now there's 4 of them standing in front of me. Oh my gosh. You have the whole hotel and you have to stand right in front of me. Anyways, so they meet Nino. No, they're going to stand. Oh, for the love of Pete. Another one walked up. Do you hear them? I don't know if you can hear them, but. Oh, now they're saying goodbye to each other. Okay. It's over. Okay, so they meet Nino. He gives them the documents. They tell us they got the documents. Now the next feat is to see if they'll accept it at the port. Well, if you take you back to the day before when they were with us, Carlo is like, he's so upset and he doesn't understand why he can't come on the boat with us. He was all excited to come on vacation with Grandma and Nono and Zio. And he was so upset. Mimi said he cried himself to sleep, poor baby. So the next morning, she was like, he would have been devastated if this didn't work. So anyway, they get to the dock or the port, and she presents the papers and they let them through. So he was so excited. She sent this beautiful picture, I'll post it on Bumper Shoot Charity on Instagram. He was so excited. We were so excited. So we only had to miss them for one night. Actually, they got in really late, but at least they got here. So they got here late last night. Today is Monday, which we are 9 hours ahead of you. So, this will be posted tonight, your time, because, that's where we're at. I was ahead for a little bit there. Anyways, so we're so excited. We've been in Malta. It's been beautiful weather. It's a very small island. I think it takes a half hour, 40 minutes from one corner to the next. But today we took a boat for 3 hours, and we took it, the place called the Blue Lagoon. The water, I'm gonna post some pictures. You guys can't believe. The water is not real. So it was aqua in some areas. It was turquoise in some areas. It was vibrant blue. And then in other areas, kind of like a dark, deep navy blue, but it was unbelievable. There was tons of caves that our boat guide took us in. He would stop, we got out, swim around. We had such a lovely day. It was so beautiful. And tomorrow, and on the way, our taxi driver, the van driver, whatever, it's like an Uber, but they call it, I can't remember what they call it. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we were going and he said, do you know that the village, the Popeye Village is on the way? And I was like, Popeye Village? No, we didn't hear anything about it. And he said, yeah, do you want to stop by? It's just like 5 minutes out of the way. I said, absolutely. I was sitting in the driver's seat or the passenger seat. Now they drive on the opposite side, like British. So it's really a trip. When you sit in the passenger seat, you're sitting in our American driver's seat with no steering wheel and no brakes. So it's a trip. And then they drive on the opposite side of the road. So every turn he made, every time a car was coming around the corner, I was like holding on and bracing myself. It was very strange, but it was an experience. So he drives us by. I will post this too. It is the coolest place. It's where the actual film, Popeye, was filmed in 1980 with Robin Williams and what's her name? I'm blanking on her name, but the real skinny gal that played Olive Oyl. And so they use the village now as a theme park. So we didn't have time because it was on our way to get our boat. But tomorrow we're going to get up early and go and spend the day there. Actually, Mimi and I have a massage in the morning. And then we'll go and take the taxi to the village, Popeye Village. So I'll take some more footage there tomorrow. But it is the cutest place from what we saw. Tons of water toys, and there were people dancing in the water with a DJ. All the little houses, buildings, are just quaint and adorable. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna go to that tomorrow, and then we leave tomorrow night, and then we'll stay the night. Logan leaves the 10th in the morning back to Milano because he has to get all the stuff he's taking, and then I will leave from Catania the 11th at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's going to be fun getting up for that taxi drive. Oh my gosh, this hotel echoes. Why are these people all yelling? Everybody yells here. Hi. Anyways, then I'll get up and get to the airport, and I'll take my flight to Munich, and then Logan leaves Milano to Munich, and we will meet in the airport there. And I get to bring my baby home, for good, kind of for good. Since January, he's been here for 9 months. Obviously came back twice, but I get to bring him home. He is coming back for a 3-month internship again in January, but he's coming home through the holidays. So I'm very, very excited about that. And then Luca flies out the next day because silly. He's like, I'm not flying home on 9/11. I said, Luca, you really think something's going to happen again on the same day? Coming from Europe, it's just not going to happen. But he also said it was cheaper since he had to book his own flight, which is fun. The boys have always had us doing all their flights, and Logan did his last one to American back, but this time he booked his flight down to Sicily, and then his flight to Rome for the soccer game, and then back, and then his flight back to Milano, and then on to the United States. So the boys are adulting, and it's kind of fun to see them doing that. So Luca looked for the cheapest flight, which he has a layover in New York, which Alex and I would never do. I mean, sometimes if you have to, that's totally understandable, but it's really nice when you can fly direct from Europe to California because it's only 2 hours more, 2.5 hours more than laying over on the East Coast. So you can see why it's better to go direct. But anyway, that's what Luca's doing. He has a layover in New York, so he'll get back on the 12th, the day after Logan and I. And then Alex comes back the 15th. So we're all staggering our way back. And then I have the Way Out West Fest on the 27th. So I'm going to get back and be fifth gear, full speed ahead, hype the event. Hope all you guys will make it out. Yeah, and then the holidays hit and it's one thing after another. So anyway, I am waiting down in the lobby. I wanted to bring the kids on. I think I'm gonna have all three of my kids with me. We're gonna go over to a bar. This restaurant, when we first got here, Alex and the kids and we got referred to, is called NAR. It's like an Asian fusion on the water that if you follow me on my Instagram, you saw like the fireworks show out the window. And the food was good. The drinks were even better. The service was fun. The energy's great. The manager's super friendly. The staff's super personable. So we're going to more of a fine dining steakhouse for dinner at 10 p.m. You guys, 10 p.m. But before that, the kids and I are going to have a drink, the four of us, which will be fun. Alex is concerned about watching the soccer game. That's why I think I might lose Luca, because he wants to watch the soccer game too, I'm sure. Soccer game's on at 8:45. Everything's so late here. Like, I think about early bird special people. It's like a whole nother day for them. Like, we are going to dinner at 10 p.m. Oh, I see my baby. Carlo, come here, say hello to the people. Come here. My little Carlo's here. Come here, over here. Carlo. Hello. He can't see me. Carlo, over here. Come here. Come say hello. Come here. Say hello. Say hello to the people. Come here. Say hello.
Hello.
Say, how are you, everyone? How are you? How are you? Say, my name is Carlo.
My name is Carlo.
I am 5 years old. I am... Say in Italian. Quanti anni hai?
5.
5. E tu compleanno quando?
A 9 aprile.
9 of April, the 9th of April? Yes. What are you doing?
Here.
You're here? Who are you with? Chi è? Tu papa? Yeah. Okay, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so it's sad because as he got older... Wait, Carlo! Where is Daddy? As he got older, he's not as confident with his English. No, non qua. Aspetta. Where is he? Where? No. Okay, let me push pause because I have to find his dad. He left him with me. Hold on. So the good news is we found Dad. We also found a tank of lobsters. So yeah, they all came down to watch the soccer match. I don't know where... Mimi's not here yet. Logan wants to go to the bar. I don't think he wants to watch the soccer match. But we'll see. Anyway, I totally forgot what I was talking about and what I was saying. But anyways, I was thinking that if you guys had questions about like Sicily or Malta, not that I'm an expert on Malta, we've only been here a couple days, but also to let you know, the Maltese, they are a combination of, I think it's Arabian or Egyptian, I think Arabian and like Sicilian, so they speak, and British. They're like 3 combinations, but this is the most like universal island or area I've ever been to, even almost more of a melting pot than the United States. They have more options for restaurants, like every kind of food you could possibly think of, and all the people are from everywhere. Like, I think we've met 5 Maltese people, but everybody has been from somewhere else. Like, name it. They're from everywhere. Whether it's the boat, the hotel, the restaurant workers, the people out on the street, it doesn't matter. And then it is a total, like, youthful, like, downtown. Like, Logan keeps going, I gotta go to a club because it's super hopping. I've never seen so many young ladies in one place of all different ethnicities. So yeah, you can imagine the eye candy for the boys. But and they have a casino here. So Alex's grandfather, his mom's dad, used to have a place here, like 3 years. He had a place here, but he was pretty well off, and he would come here and gamble in the casino. He lost a lot, like a lot, according to Alex. He like almost lost the farm, basically. But Alex hasn't been in years and years, and the way he remembered it was really like a lot older. But it's funny because when like we get to go to Vegas and we have Pachanga and, you know, all the other Indian casinos around us, and there's a line to get into this casino. We get into it, and well, you used to have to dress up. You used to have to be in like a button shirt, sport coat, women in like dresses. So Alex was a little bit afraid, but him and Logan were wearing like sport outfits, like workout shorts and stuff. Oh, here are the guys. And we didn't think they were going to get in, and they did. We did, and we walked in, and there was like an entryway, and then that was it. There was nothing else. There was 2 blackjack tables, 1 roulette table. I'm not like excited about this. He's in there. Everybody's, yeah. So anyway, we played for about, I don't know, an hour. Alex did roulette, lost. I played blackjack, and I did pretty good. I played, and then I just played till I lost. And Luca doesn't gamble. I think at blackjack, it was $25 minimum bid, so that kind of sucked. But he lost in 4 hands. And then Logan was like, I'm not good at cards. I'm going to go play slots, because Logan plays at the Popeye Village casino in, like, near Temecula, because it's 18 and over. So he does really good on the slots. So he goes and sits down at like 3 Little Pigs slot, and it was about like 7-8 minutes in, and he hits this thing that, like, you know, when the slots start doing their own thing and it takes over, he ends up winning 360 something euro, like, after playing for that little amount of time. So that was pretty exciting. So he cashed out and we left. But the casino was not a big deal to us because of the access of casinos that we have. But we experienced it. It was cool. So anyways, all right. Well, this is a short one. I was going to put all the kids on, but it's too distracting. And the soccer game started. I don't know who's staying, who's going. And if you know our family of now 8, there is no focus. I think the whole family, like, ADHD is across everybody's foreheads in our family, especially when we're all together. So it's really hard to follow. So I won't take you all through it, but anyway, this is just a little fun, you know, catch you up on where I am, what I'm doing. I'll be back home this week, and next week that won't be all. Well, I always say that, but it doesn't always work. That's not all. We'll be back next week. I'll be back in the studio with Rhonda and Tracy, and we're gonna. So I thought I was gonna wrap this up, but as I was walking with Mimi to go have a little drink while the guys watch soccer, I, was telling her about what I was talking to you all about. And it reminded me that I forgot to tell you a story that was similar, actually more extreme than hers, with Carlo's passport, or Carlo's ID. When back when Luca was 5 years old, we were leaving. Sorry, a tickle in my throat. I'm walking back from the restaurant, so you can hear cars driving by and stuff. But when Luca was 5 years old, we were leaving for Italy, and it was one of the days that we were leaving, like, kind of later in the evening. And I was taking a shower while Alex ran and did something down the hill, and I was washing my hair, and I stopped mid-wash, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, the kids' passports only last 5 years because you change so much when you're young that they only do 5 years until you're 18. So I was like, oh my gosh, he's 5 and I haven't renewed his passport. I think it was in August. I'm pretty sure it was in August, and he had turned 5 in November. But obviously we got his passport after he was like, you know, a few months old originally. So anyway, I jump out of the shower totally wet, like didn't even rinse off or dry off at all. And I run to the safe, get the passport out, and I look, and sure enough, it's expired. And we're supposed to leave. I think it was 3:30 that day from LAX. And at this time, it was probably around 10 o'clock in the morning. So I freak out. I call Alex and I tell him, oh my gosh, Luca's passport's expired. We can't fly today. And he flips a lid and obviously it's all my fault because I have nothing better to do than think about the passport. And, you know, I'm an expert in all of this stuff. Anyway, so of course it was my fault. And so now I'm freaking out. So now he's freaking out. And now it's a complete disaster at the house. He flies home. I don't know how long it took him to get home. He's like, we gotta go. We gotta go get his passport renewed before the plane leaves. So this is like literally impossible to do, but we attempted it. He comes home, we load all the stuff, we get in the car. Obviously he's furious, and we race to Kinko's. We go into Kinko's, get his picture taken. Actually, no, I'm sorry. He dropped me at the county recorder's office because you have to get his birth certificate. You can't use the passport to renew it. So I get dropped off at the county recorder's office to get a copy of his birth certificate, and he goes to Kinko's to get Luca's passport. Oh, sorry. So I'm getting in the elevator. Hi. To get his passport pictures. Anyways, he gets done, comes and picks me up, and I jump in the car, and we race, like literally. If we would have opened the truck doors, we would have flown to Los Angeles. We get to the immigration office, and you have to have an appointment. This is like, if you don't, you're at the back of the line. You may not get in. I mean, it's a whole thing. It's something that everybody knows. It's the way it is. Plus, you have to have your ticket with you, which we did. So we get there, and Alex was so mad that he had kicked the door. So he was limping, running. I'm running, crying, like bawling my eyes out. And we get to the window of the outside in LA. Outside is the windows, and then you go to the door, and they let you through security. You have to go through the security check, blah blah blah, and then you go up and get in line, and you wait to be seen at a window. So I am bawling my eyes out at the window outside, and the lady's like, ma'am, calm down, what is wrong? And I'm like, my husband's gonna kill me, you know, because obviously at this point I've ruined our whole vacation, the only time he goes to Italy all year with his family, and now it's ruined because we don't have a passport. So I cry my eyes out there. She says, just calm down. Okay, go over and tell the guy at the security check-in that the situation, he's going to let you in. And I think she gave me a piece of paper. Alex hadn't even he had both of the children and he was limping from kicking the door. And he finally makes it as I'm going to the security guy. So then the security guy's like, I'm like hyper, like, and I'm like crying like this. And the guy is like, ma'am, calm down. What is wrong? And then Alex thinks he's going to strong arm the guy. And the guy's like, you could tell that he felt like, sir, you need to back off. And he's like, ma'am, how can I help you? And so I cry. He's like, okay, calm down. Get in, go upstairs, get in line. And so I go, thank you so much. So he's like trailing behind me. We get upstairs and the line is like probably 8 people deep. And we're just watching our watches, right? By the time we got to LA, I want to say it was like, I don't know, maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock. So we're waiting in line. Obviously, you know, when you're like in a hurry, every minute is like 5 hours. So we wanted to ask people like, hey, can we go in front of you? But Alex was like, he was so impatient. I was just standing there crying the whole time. The kids didn't know what was going on. You know, Luca's concerned about me because I'm crying. So anyway, we finally get our turn. We get a number. Actually, you get to the front and you get a number. Then you go sit on the chairs and you wait. And so we waited until they called us up to a window. When they called us up to the window, it was the whole, like, those people, excuse me. If you've ever seen, I think it's, oh gosh, it's one of the Pixar shows, and it's the sloth at the DMV. It's like every county office has like the slowest people that are not in a hurry at all. And that's what it was. It was like, the person was like, I can't even tell you, going through the papers, like even, I remember he was stapling like a sloth. So finally he says, okay, we'll process as fast as we can, which was not promising at all. You will find out. We close. He said we close at 3. So you'll know by 3 o'clock whether or not it's getting processed today, which it's basically impossible to get it processed the same day. Only like emergencies, which we weren't really an emergency. But anyway, they were trying to be helpful. So we went downstairs and got something to eat. And well, we separately, like Alex could not. He was so mad he couldn't even see straight. So I'm pretty sure I ate at a different table than them. Anyway, we go back upstairs and we're sitting in the chairs. Now, Alex had never, at that point, he had never booked our tickets on American Express, on his American Express card. But this particular time he did. And I say that to say that when you do that, you get basically a concierge that informs you, because back then, we're talking 20 almost 20 years ago, we didn't get like notices to our phone. that didn't exist. You didn't have like a airplane app or whatever. But through American Express, we had a concierge, and they alerted Alex that our flight was delayed 1 hour. Okay, this is where you see like God working big time overtime, because that was a God thing that the flight got delayed. Then we're sitting there and they said by 3 o'clock, then we close the windows. And if you don't hear your name by 3 o'clock, then you're not getting it. So we're sitting there and they're calling people's names. I don't know how long they were calling people's names. So they're calling people's names. It was like 30 seconds until 3 o'clock. when they called the last three names. And Luca's name was the second to the last name they called before 3 o'clock. Another God thing. Yes, we got his passport and we ran out of that government building, ran to the truck. Now, mind you, it's LA at 3 o'clock and we are 45 minutes from the airport and our flight leaves at 4:30. So we as in Alex, he was literally driving on the inside shoulder of the freeway almost the whole way because it was bumper to bumper traffic. He's so lucky we didn't get pulled over. We finally get to the off-ramp of the airport and we fly in and it's literally 4 o'clock and we haven't even, you're supposed to get at the airport 2 hours before your flight leaves. We're there at 4 o'clock. He pulls up the truck. He gets all of our luggage out. He gets the kids out. Well, first of all, he tells me, go to the counter. So I run out with all the passports. I go to the counter. I'm begging the guy. I'm crying. I'm telling the guy, please let us on the plane. Please, please. And this is what happened. And my husband's going to divorce me if we don't get on this plane. And the guy was being so nice to me. And I do want to say he was gay. And there's a reason that I'm pointing this out because gay men don't particularly like being strong-armed by men. So I say that to say I'm there fighting for us to get on the airplane. He is being so sweet and trying to help us. He's like, I'm not sure your luggage will make it at this point if we put it on. And he's like, where's your luggage? And I turn and Alex is standing he had walked up and is stood over my shoulder. I didn't know that. Simultaneously as I turned around, he had approached me. And I'm like, where are the kids? And he totally left them by the door with the luggage. And now the terminal was empty, or the check-in area was completely like a ghost town. But he was so concerned about us getting on that I think we were just not in the right state of mind. So he left the kids there. So I left him at the counter, which wasn't good because then it became a war between this man and Alex. And he did not like Alex at all. And I went over to the kids. And as I approached the kids, this police officer woman walks up. And she's like, ma'am, are you the parents of these kids? And I'm like, yes. I'm sorry. My husband got them out of the car. I was at the counter. I just realized that he didn't bring them to the counter. And she's like, that is child endangerment. And I looked at her and I was like, I did it. She goes, I could arrest you for this. This is what she tells me. And I look at her and I start bawling. And she looked at me and she held me, which is another little angel thing. She said that, which was horrible. But then in that moment, she realized where I was mentally at. And she just held me and hugged me. And she said, you need to make sure they're with you at all times. And I said, I will, thank you, I'm sorry. So I take the kids, leave the luggage, start walking up. Meanwhile, the truck's just parked abandoned on the curb. And I go back over to Alex and I say, you have to go park the truck. Let me finish dealing with this. I've got the kids. So the man is fit to be tied with Alex. And he's like, yeah, you should go park the truck. So I said, I'm so sorry. It's been a morning. And he's like, I can tell. So he goes, all right, I can't guarantee your luggage is going to get there, but I'm going to tell the plane that you're on the way. You guys need to run. So meanwhile, Alex has to park the truck and he just parked it in the parking at the terminal. So that's the highest price parking, right? He didn't park it in the cheap, long-term parking. He left his keys on the wheel of the truck and he was going to have somebody come get it, but I don't even know if that happened. But anyway, so we run to check it or to the security. Obviously security takes forever too. We're panting, waiting for them. We get through security. We race like I've never would lug it. I mean, Alex always says that he's the mule when we travel because, when you have Logan was 2. So, I mean, he had just turned 2. So we had all the stuff. Running. We get to the freaking terminal and everybody's still sitting there. They hadn't even opened the door to board the plane yet, even though the plane was leaving in like minutes from when we got there. So anyway, we get on the plane, we sit in the chairs, and I literally just bawl again. Like, I can't even believe, pinch me, I can't even believe that this was the morning and that we actually made it on the plane and made it to Italy that summer. Anyways, a little sub-fun note is that God is in the details. So meanwhile, Logan had just turned 2 because he's born July 20th and we left like 1st of August or something. And we're sitting on the plane and Logan, we had been flying for a while. Alex was asleep. Luca was asleep. And Logan looks up at me and he goes, Mama, I have to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, he's in a diaper, mind you. I haven't even started thinking about potty training. And I go, you have to go to the bathroom? And he goes, yeah. I go, okay. You want to go in the bathroom? And he said, yeah. So I go, okay. So we get out of the seat. I'm like, this isn't even real right now. Like, this whole day was not real. We walk to the bathroom. I take his diaper off. I put him up on the toilet and he goes to the bathroom. And that kid never, ever used a diaper ever again. It was ridiculous. And Brandy always says, of course your son just potty trained himself at 2 years old. Yeah, I needed that though. Like, God gave me a little kiss because I needed that after that crazy day. So anyway, yeah. So I told Mimi when she was going, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so upset. I said, Me, you're preaching to the choir over here. It happened to me, but 10 times worse. So I totally get it. It's just one of those things when you're not used to paying attention to that, it's easy to forget. So anyway, needless to say, I'll never forget again. I have all of our passport expiration dates in my phone for like the next 50 years till we die. But if you don't know this, that your passport is expired for travel 3 months before it actually expires. And the reason for that is because the time it takes, you can't wait until you can't be like on a trip when it's expired. And they say it usually takes up to 60, or maybe they say 90 days to get your passport once you submit it for renewal or at all. So if you're going to renew it, you've got to have it renewed before you travel 90 days out, if that makes sense. So just a little tip for all of you that haven't renewed your passports. Make note of that. So Logan's, I told him when he was out in July, I said, Logan, your passport's expiring. You got to get done while you're here. And he's like, okay. Well, he didn't do it, but he's a dual citizen. So he uses one passport for one way and the other passport for the other way. So he's coming back with me on Thursday. He'll have to get his American passport renewed before he flies again. Anyway, that's that. All right. That's not all. We'll be back next week. And like I said, we'll be back with, or I might not have said because I might have cut it off to be able to put this, but we're going to be back on track with our beneficiaries, getting back in that series of Charity for Charity beneficiaries and talking to the moms, the dads, and or the beneficiaries themselves. So we will have the Hoopers on next week. I hope you'll tune in. Thanks for listening. And bye-bye for now. Ciao, ciao.